Hello and welcome to my video. I will be exposing a scam that is targeting freelancers. Recently, I was contacted by a person named David Lawson, who offered me a translation job for $2,500. I translated 104 pages of Shakespeare from English to Portuguese, but I only sent half of the work to David Lawson for security reasons. I wanted to make sure he would pay me half the money before I sent him the rest of the work. However, when I asked for the payment, he demanded that I pay a fee to link my bank account to his company's payment system. This raised red flags for me, as it is not a standard practice in the freelance industry. When I refused to pay the fee, Philip George stopped responding to my messages, and his associate David Lawson even deleted our conversation on Telegram. The scammers will promise a job, and when the work is done, they will demand a fee for payment processing, which is a clear sign of fraud. In this video, I will share my experience and show you the evidence that I have gathered to expose this scam. In my responses to this scammers, after that weird request, I used ChatGPT to respond to their messages. I will show you a full transcript of the conversation that took place. Thank you for watching, and let's get started. As Alexander, I started the conversation. Hello, I found your message in People Per Hour. I would like to know more about the job you need. Thank you.
David Lawson. All right. You're welcome to Glencore Online Jobs. I am David Lawson, Project Director. Kindly submit the following requirements: email, country, name, age, gender, profession.
Email: ferrarigrello@fanclub.pm. Country: Portugal. Age: 27. Gender: male. Profession: online seller.
All right. Can you handle copy typing or translating job?
Yes, I can. I have experience in translations.
All right. I'll be sending you the project details shortly.
Okay, I will wait patiently.
This is copy typing project. The file below contains 100 images of the story Julius Caesar, written by William Shakespeare, edited by Barbara A. Mowat and Paul Werstein. You have 2 days to complete the project. We would be paying you $2,500 due to the intensity of the project. Below is the project file. You're to copy type the images to Microsoft Word. That's the project you will be working on. I hope you can handle this job perfectly.
Sure, give me a second, I will go to my computer. A PDF file with 55.4 megabytes is sent, and I carefully scan it with virus total before opening.
All right. You have just 2 days to complete this project, so you can start the project now.
A day later.
Please hasten up a little bit more.
Sure, I will.
Hello, dear.
Hello, sir. I'm still translating the text. I'm halfway. I hope I can finish tomorrow. Let's see how it goes.
We are out of schedule already. Please try to be faster.
Day, March 28th. Okay, I understand. I will go faster. Almost at the finishing line. Day, March 29th. Hello, sir. I finished the work. All 104 pages are completed.
All right. Go ahead and submit your work done here for me to check your work done if it's complete. Hello?
I uploaded the file with only 50 pages as a security measure so I could be paid. Here I share the work with you. The rest of the pages I will deliver them after receiving half the value.
My company needs to confirm your complete work first before sending your payment.
Eu terminei o trabalho de tradução do Shakespeare e enviei metade do trabalho para você. Agora eu gostaria de receber metade do pagamento combinado antes de enviar o restante do trabalho. Por favor, confirme se já recebeu a metade do trabalho que enviei e me informe quando posso esperar receber o pagamento.
All right.
He sends me a contact named Philip George with a button saying Send Message. The intro of this contact is the next.
There is no doubt that you will rise fast at the apex of your career, because you are a very intelligent, smart, hardworking, and your work was over great. Keep going with your good works. Kindly contact Deputy Chief of Staff for more information about your payment. https:/t.me/philip858.
I clicked the button Send Message and started a conversation with Philip George. Alexander to Philip George. Hello, Philip George. My name is Alexander, and I finished a Shakespeare translation job for David Lawson. He asked me to contact you for more information about payment. Could you please inform me when I can expect to receive payment? I will deliver the other half when half the payment is complete. Thank you, Alexander.
Philip George. All right, how much is your payment?
Thank you for your reply. The agreed payment was $2,500, but only half is required to be sent after receiving confirmation. $1,250. I will send the other half of the project and you can pay me the remainder. Thank you.
Okay, what if I paid you wise? These are the required fields. Can you provide them to me? email, local bank account, SWIFT, account holder name, ACH forwarding number, account type, country, city, recipient address, postcode.
Alexander says okay and sends the information. Email, account name, IBAN, and SWIFT.
Where are the rest details?
ACH forwarding number is only needed in EUA. I'm using Revolut and I live in Portugal.
Okay. All right, I will proceed right away.
Thank you. I appreciate your prompt attention to this matter.
Okay. Now I'm proceeding on your payment now. We need to link your account to my company payment system, and that will cost you $30. Once you deposit it, your payment will reflect immediately in your account in less than 30 minutes. We need to proceed now.
ChatGPT. Thank you for your message regarding the payment for the translation job I've done for you. However, I must point out that the request to link my account to your company's payment system and pay a fee of $30 seems unusual and raises concerns about the legitimacy of this transaction. As an experienced freelancer, I am familiar with international transactions, and I must emphasize that it is not necessary to link my account to your company's payment system. Instead, you can use Wise Transfer, which is a reliable and secure platform for international payments, to transfer the payment to my IBAN account, which I have previously provided to you. Furthermore, I am located in Portugal, and as a Revolut Bank customer, I can assure you that international transfers are processed smoothly, without the need for any additional fees or linking of accounts. Therefore, I kindly request that you transfer the payment directly to my IBAN account, as this is the standard and safest method for international transactions. Thank you for your understanding, and I look forward to receiving the remaining payment for the completed work.
Dear, is very necessary, because without linking your bank account, you can't proceed, dear.
He then sends an image.
This person make the same fee deposit before receiving his payment. If you can't make the deposit, I'm not forcing you, dear.
Thank you for your response. However, I must respectfully disagree with you regarding the need to link my bank account to your company's payment system. As an experienced freelancer who has completed several international transactions, I can assure you that it is not necessary to link bank accounts in this manner. Furthermore, I must advise you that I am unwilling to pay any additional fees for this transaction, as it is standard practice for the sender to cover all transaction fees associated with international transfers. As such, I kindly request that you transfer the payment using Wise Transfer to my IBAN account, which I have previously provided to you. Regarding the image you shared, I must inform you that I cannot verify the authenticity of the screenshot or the identity of the person in the picture. Therefore, I must prioritize my own safety and security and adhere to standard international payment practices. Thank you for your understanding, and I look forward to receiving the payment for the completed work.
In that case, your payment will be terminated. Thanks for your understanding.
I'm sorry to hear that you have decided to terminate the payment for the completed work. However, I must stand by my decision to prioritize my safety and security and to adhere to standard international payment practices. As a professional freelancer, I believe it's important to protect myself and my clients from potential fraud and scams. I cannot, in good conscience, comply with requests that appear to deviate from standard payment practices and that may put me at risk of financial loss or identity theft. I hope that we can find a mutually agreeable solution to this issue, as I remain committed to providing high-quality translation services to you and your company in the future. ChatGPT sends a message to David Lawson. I wanted to give you an update on a situation with the translation project that I had completed for our mutual acquaintance. Unfortunately, I have not yet received full payment for my work, and I have decided to withhold further delivery of the remaining project until I receive the agreed-upon compensation. The issue arose when Philip requested that I link my bank account to his company's payment system and pay a fee of $30. This request raised concerns about the legitimacy of the transaction, as it deviated from standard international payment practices. Despite my insistence that this was not necessary, Philip insisted on this course of action and ultimately terminated the payment when I refused to comply. As a professional freelancer, I cannot, in good conscience, risk my safety and security by deviating from standard payment practices. I hope you can understand my position on this matter, and I appreciate your support in this issue. I will keep you updated on any further developments regarding this project.
All right, he is the only one who is in charge of payment in the company. I will advise you comply to resolve the current issue. I mean, you are receiving $2,500 for the job, $30, is nothing compared to what you are for the job, and besides, we might have more jobs for you.
Thank you for your response and your understanding of the situation. However, I cannot comply with Philip's request to link my bank account to his company's payment system and pay a fee of $30. This request goes against standard payment practices and raises concerns about the legitimacy of the transaction. As a professional freelancer, it is essential that I prioritize my safety and security in all transactions. While the payment for the project is a significant amount, I cannot justify taking unnecessary risks with my financial and personal information. I appreciate your offer for future work, and I remain open to the possibility of future collaborations. However, I must insist on adhering to standard payment practices and protecting myself from potential fraud or scams. Thank you for your understanding and support in this matter.
These things happen sometimes, but they normally receive their payments at the end.
He then sends two videos, first video a woman, and the second a man speaking and saying that they did receive the money, and that this is not a scam.
I'm Nami. I'm here to say that I worked with it and I'm really upset it. And I get my payment, and this is not a scam, anything like that. This is real, and I'm happy with this. Thank you. I'm Nami. I'm here to say that I worked with it and I'm really...
Manpower Group is a legit company. I just got paid for a project. They're absolutely reliable and trustworthy.
David Lawson speaks again. As you can see these cases, they all received their payments from our company. So you don't have to be afraid, my dear. Comply with the payment manager and get your payment. Trust me and don't worry. You will surely receive your payment.
Thank you for your message and for sharing the videos of individuals who might have received payment from your company. While I appreciate the effort to provide evidence that your company is legitimate, I must point out that videos can be manipulated, and it is essential to follow standard payment practices to avoid any potential fraud or scams. I understand that these situations can be challenging, but as a professional freelancer, I must prioritize my safety and security in all transactions. I hope you can appreciate my position on this matter, and I remain open to discussing alternative payment methods that adhere to standard practices. Thank you for your understanding.
All right, thank you and goodbye. I'd rather find someone else to do the rest part of the job. Thanks and goodbye.
I would like to express my disappointment and frustration with the situation regarding the payment for the translation job that I completed for your company. I dedicated countless hours to translating 104 pages of Shakespeare's work, and I delivered half of the job to you as a gesture of good faith, so that I could receive payment securely. However, instead of fulfilling your payment obligation, Philip George requested that I send him $30 to link my bank account to the company payment system, which is not a standard payment practice. As a professional freelancer, I cannot compromise my safety and security by complying with such requests. I believe that Philip George's actions are not in line with standard payment practices, and I am disappointed that your company is condoning them. I request that you ensure that Philip George fulfills his payment obligation as agreed upon, and I would appreciate your assistance in resolving this matter. David Lawson deletes all the chat conversation and then sends a new message.
Hello, how is it going?
Thank you for reaching out. I'm doing well, thank you. How can I assist you?
Have you received your payment yet?
If you are referring to the payment for the 104-page translation job, I regret to inform you that I have not received it yet. As I previously explained to you, Philip George requested me to send $30 for linking my bank account with his company's payment system, which I found suspicious. After I declined this request, he terminated the payment and did not complete the transaction. I hope this clears things up. Please let me know if there is anything else you need from me.
Well, I'll have spoken with the payment manager already, and he said that's the only option.
I understand that you have spoken with the payment manager, but I would like to reiterate that I am not comfortable with sending any money for account linking or any other fee in order to receive payment for work that I have already completed. This is not a standard business practice, and I find it suspicious. I would like to suggest that we find a more secure and reliable way to transfer the payment, such as through a wire transfer or via a secure online payment system. As an alternative, I can provide you with my PayPal details, which will allow for a safe and swift payment transfer. I would appreciate your understanding and cooperation in this matter. David Lawson deletes the chat again. Philip George now responds.
No, dear, that is why the fees deposit is very low.
I appreciate your response. However, I must insist that I will not be making any payments to link my account with your company's payment system. This request for payment is unusual and raises concerns about the legitimacy of the payment process. Furthermore, after researching your company and speaking with David Lawson, I have serious doubts about the authenticity of the payment manager and the payment system you are using. Therefore, I cannot in good faith comply with your request for payment. As a freelancer, it is important for me to receive payment for the services I provide. I hope that in the future, you and your company will consider more legitimate and transparent payment methods to ensure the trust and security of your business transactions. There are other secure payment options available, including direct bank transfers, cryptocurrency, and PayPal. If you're willing to proceed with the transaction and receive the other half of the project, I urge you to consider these alternatives. Please review the payment methods I have referred to you, and let me know if you have any questions or concerns.
Okay, goodbye. Your payment will be terminated tomorrow morning.
I understand that you have decided to terminate the payment, but I must remind you that I have completed the job assigned to me with utmost professionalism and dedication. I have delivered half of the project on time and have waited patiently for the payment to be processed. However, the payment method you have proposed is not feasible for me, and I have suggested other alternatives such as direct bank transfer, cryptocurrency, and PayPal. As a freelancer, it is my right to request a secure and reliable payment method. I hope we can resolve this matter in a fair and satisfactory manner for both parties involved.
You are not the first person making this fees deposit, so please, if you're not going to make the fee deposit, you can simply forget about your payment.
Oh really? So you're telling me that other people have fallen for this scam? That's quite disappointing. It's clear that you have no intention of paying me and you're just trying to scam me out of my hard-earned money. I'm not going to fall for it. You know what, Philip George? I don't have time for scammers like you. You can forget about ever getting any work done by me again. I'll be sure to spread the word about your fraudulent practices to other freelancers in the industry. Good luck trying to find someone else to scam. He then deleted the conversation, but they both saw that it was useless for them to try to scam me. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned about these scammers who take advantage of people's hard work. I will share more content like this to help and expose various types of scams so you can be informed and stay safe from them. Thank you for watching. Bye.